What's good, yo? Welcome to episode 42 of MKN GNZ Tv with a special friend, my man Eric Legrand. What's good, baby? Tell me where you from.
I'm from Avenel, New Jersey, born and raised out here, and just living the dream.
My man. When I came over, I was thinking like you're just gonna be like right here. This is the first show on the road. We're in Easy E's kitchen right now. Yeah. I thought he was gonna be like, I'm from right here, man. You're in my house.
Nah. I'm not gonna say, well, we are right here, but nah. I gotta represent my town, Avenel, baby. I gotta show some love.
I always remember you just like Avenel all day.
Exactly. Gotta represent, man.
No one reps harder than you. That's what's up. So tell me what you do nowadays.
I'm working, doing a bunch of different things, trying to stay grounded, but also trying to expand my brand on many different things. I do motivational speaking as a career, so I get to travel pretty much all over the country, share my story with, whether if it's schools all the way to corporations, sales meetings and everything. Everyone needs something.
What kind of corporations have you spoken to?
Pfizer, a lot of pharmaceutical companies.
Okay.
I get to go speak with them. I've spoken to Fortune 500 companies and that. Just the other day, I was speaking to K through 3. So the little baby. So my brand goes from, like I said, CEOs of companies all the way down to little babies.
Little jokers and lunch boxes. Exactly. And, oh man, Spider-Man and snack packs.
Exactly.
How do you switch that up? How do you switch gears?
That's the thing, yeah. When I really get into my story when I talk, to older people, especially in middle school, high school, and people that are out in the work field. I can really go in depth of my story. When I'm talking to the little kids, it's all about working hard, respect, listen, treating others the way you want to be treated. I tell them I was a football player who had an accident, but not letting it hold me back from anything stuff like that. So I enjoy this.
Absolutely.
I love hanging out with, just being around people.
Yeah. So motivational speaker, spokesman for the Reeves Foundation.
Yes, I do. I have my foundation called Team Legrand of the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. And in the beginning, I remember when I first got hurt, so many people were reaching out to me, asking me, do I want to do this, want to do that? And then once it was time for me to, start, I felt like it was my time for me to start giving back a few years into my injury, and I partnered up with them, and it's been pretty incredible. We just passed the $1 million mark for raising money.
Congrats.
Thank you. Yeah, we just last month, we just passed it for raising $1 million, and we did it in 4 years for the Christopher and Dana Reeve Foundation. It's all to find a cure for paralysis. So just doing my part and trying to give other people out there in my situation hope.
Absolutely. And then you're on the radio, on TV, like Instagram blows up.
I've been doing a lot of sports broadcasting. I work with Rutgers Radio. This was my 6th season. Wow, crazy working with that.
Now.
That's why I feel old now.
Oh, man.
I do stuff with the Big Ten Network, ESPN, the Sirius XM. It's breaking down just the whole college football game, which is pretty cool. I love being around it. But one of the biggest things, I'm happy about, which took my broadcasting career to another level, was my Fox Sports digital series with Mission Possible. And it's me being going into other people's lives. I'm the host of the show, but other people with some sort of disability. Like we have somebody that's a WMBT. We have a spina bifida, somebody with cerebral palsy, and they go into their life and share their story. Use my platform to share their story, so we can bring some light to them. And then we also bring them to do something really cool. Like I remember we were down in Miami filming with this kid who was on a Miami wheelchair.
I saw that.
Basketball team. He got to meet his favorite rapper Ace Hood, and we brought him to the Ballers premiere with The Rock, and then and up in New England with all of our guys up in New England.
Yeah.
And I remember when we were up there with the Boston Marathon bombing survivor. And just so many different places in WWE wrestling again, people to live their dream and meeting some of their favorite wrestlers.
Yeah.
So it's been pretty cool. We got to do 6 episodes of that, and we're looking forward for season 2.
That's awesome, man. That's I think I'm busy, but you really worldwide.
I try to be as busy as possible. Don't let me just sit around the house all the time in this chair, man. That's what it's about, with this injury, staying busy, staying active, staying in the community. Because if not, unfortunately, a lot of people they go to therapy, they go home, and that's it.
And that's it, right?
And that's it, and that's when it gets into their head and start thinking bad things. And it's just like people ask me how come you're never down? I'm like, I don't have time to be down. I'm on the move.
Anybody got time for that? You gotta be happy and rocking and rolling and just surround yourself with positive energy.
Exactly. That's exactly what it's about. It's all in the mindset. When we were playing at Rutgers, everything was about our mind first.
That chop, bro.
Exactly, the chop. And that's same thing how I did it playing football is now I just shifted over to my life. And now trying to come back from paralysis.
That's awesome. That's what this show is about. Just making positivity louder. Like so many people, like just it's so easy to be negative and so quick to get down. So it's the norm to be nasty to each other versus like you can do it. Like I bet you'll do it and like I got your back. It's the other way is just happens so often.
And that's the unfortunate thing in this world and society. It's easier to try to be negative or put somebody down or to just complain about this, complain about that. It just becomes natural. And being a motivational speaker, and I see that a lot as I go into different companies. And then when I get done speaking, someone comes up to me like, I was so negative before I even got in here or came here. I wasn't expecting anything from this, but you helped change my life around the way I think. That's what it's all about. Just trying to change that norm of, being, it's not even not complacency, but just being like, just that normal, I got to do this, I got to do that, I got to do that.
Staying away from the monotony and complaining. And
instead of just getting up and like, wow, I'm fortunate that I can do this. And that's why I try to put my story in just perspective. I wish I could just get up, get into my car and drive off to somewhere I got to go. And then I tell somebody that, and when they're complaining about sitting in traffic, they're like, wow, what do I have to complain about? Like, compared to what? You have it this bad compared to what?
Yeah. That's like, I can imagine how quick a room changes when you hit the stage and like how fast their perspective changes. Like from, like you said, going through your everyday stuff, like people complaining about bills and traffic and versus like, you dotted. I can see you rocking in the car right now in traffic to like whatever tracks.
Actually, most of the time, give me a nice nap in the car. But it's funny. It's funny that you said it because like you said, I come in the room and then they see my situation. I get to tell them a little bit about it, and it just changes their whole perspective around it. That's what I'm here to do. I feel like that's my purpose, to help other people out there that maybe need that help or need that little extra push or going through some type of adversity, something tragic happened in their life, and they look at my situation like, if he can do it, why can't I do it?
Absolutely. So let's talk about the situation, the tragedy, the big hit that kind of changed your life.
October 16, 2010, running down the field, making a kickoff at Mettle Stadium. It was 5 minutes left in the fourth quarter, and as I'm running down the field, I'm thinking, let me make a big play for the team, try to get them inside the 25, so maybe we can get a quick 3 out, get the ball back to our offense for a quick 2-minute drill. And that game, I was facing a double team, so as soon as the ball was kicked off, 2 guys came and blocked me, but on that particular kickoff, I was able to split right through them. Yeah. So I had a good 30-yard head start.
Beat him with speed, huh? Beat him with speed.
A little speed, a little power there. But I had a good 30-yard head start at this. Around, I was going to make the tackle out, and I said, how do I want to make this tackle? Do I want to use my head or do I want to use my shoulder? And I knew it was going to be a big collision, so I said, you know what? Let me use my shoulder. I won't even have my head in the tackle at all. Well, one of our teammates actually got down before me, Wayne Warren. And he dove, and when he dove, he tripped the guy up. Yeah. And Malcolm, when he got tripped up, he twirled in the air. Yeah. And so where I thought I was going to hit him with my shoulder, ended up getting twisted, and I put my head down thinking it wasn't going to be in the tackle at all. Yeah. And it went right in the crown of my head, and that's what caused the injury right then and there. And I remember I thought I was going to die on that field that day because I couldn't move. Yeah. And I couldn't breathe.
Wow. That's, I talk to kids so much about tackling now, and like, so you even plan to use your shoulder?
Yeah, I never planned to have my head in that tackle at all because we knew how to tackle. Luciano's used to say, "See what your head, see what your head." I knew that, but like I said, I thought my shoulder was going to make the tackle, not my actual.
You think did you leave your feet too early, or what was
I think it was just when his body got twirled in the air. I wasn't expecting that.
Yeah, you kind of.
And as I was going down to brace myself for the hit, his body twirled right into my head, and boom, that's what caused a fracture on the field. But, in the very beginning, the doctors, they didn't give me much of a chance. They told me that I would never walk again, never breathe on my own, never eat solid foods, and they were hoping I was even strong enough to make it through the surgery, that 9-hour surgery that I went through. But
9 hours, huh?
9 hours. I remember they put me on the table, they cut it in the front, fixed me, and then they went in the back and fixed it. And then as he was in the back, I don't like it. Went in there and redid the whole thing again. I was in surgery overnight for 9 hours.
So they like repaired your spinal column, and then they weren't satisfied.
And they redid the whole thing again. And I'm actually happy they did, because if you look at a regular X-ray right now, it's like perfectly aligned.
Heard they got it just right.
There's no screws popping out here and there, so I'm actually very happy that
That's awesome.
he redid the whole thing, that he wasn't satisfied with mistaking.
Man, I remember coming to see you in Kessler on Thursday, like right after you were at a surgery, and they were talking about how you were already fighting to get the breathing tubes out.
Yeah, I understand. I remember that day. They had these breathing tubes out my throat. I was fighting with my tongue to pop. Like dislodge this thing. I can't take this, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was fine. I remember those days were pretty
right.
crazy, pretty scary, but also I look back on them now, got some pretty funny stories of them because I was completely delirious too. I remember sometimes people would, like some of my friends would come up, like, E, how you feeling? I'm like, I'm feeling good. Where's the party at tonight? And they're like, nah, you need to.
We have to miss this party.
I'm like, what you mean? Like, I'm ready to go. I was so highly medicated, man.
Oh my God.
Those painkillers and things like that. So I didn't know what was going on. I was asking some questions.
That's crazy. That's awesome, man. What about so I remember being there that Thursday, and like I think we told you who was backing you up, and you were just like, oh no. With all the tubes, you were just like, oh no. And I remember just dying right there in like ICU, how funny that was. But you just like, you were not happy about the substitution.
That sounds like me too.
Oh man.
And those drugs don't let you recenter at all. Whatever stuff you're thinking, it's gonna bring them out.
That filter's gone when they hit you with that morphine.
Oh my God.
Oh man, yeah. But that Thursday, you're fighting already with your breathing tube, and then like I think I got to come out and see you in January at like Kessler. Your room looked like a museum. It was like.
You remember that?
Oh my God! I was like, "This is like you be eBay rich right now."
That was one of the coolest things ever. Like,
Yeah.
after I got hurt, that my story was in the media, so many people wanted to reach out and just wish me well and sending their prayers and thoughts for me, and everyone was sending jerseys, helmets, footballs, postcards, everything you could think of. I remember USC sent their big old fight on banner. Penn State sending signed footballs. Bill Belichick with the Patriots sending down helmets. And I remember I had Ray Lewis send a game worn helmet, visor and everything. Man. Oh man, I was fired up. That's the reason why I wore 52, man.
Yeah.
When I got his game worn helmet with the visor,
that made it real,
I was fired up.
That's awesome.
I had to look at that helmet every morning before I went to therapy.
That's so crazy. That's what like the football community, when we come together, like it's like so powerful. I'm really trying to community back home and have like coaches and athletes and all different levels, from like the Pee-wees up to local high schools and colleges, like really come together and grind and like teach tackling. Like I'm always trying to teach whatever the newest progression is. I'm always trying to learn it and get it to my guys as soon as possible, and I tell them like about you, and like I gotta say it real fast, and it kind of gets over their head. But now I'm like, listen, you need to fix your tackling, and I'm gonna send them this video. So
absolutely, that's what like you said. The football community is huge. We battle against each other day in and day out. There's rivalries, this and that. But at the end of the day, when the game is over, you go between the lines. That's like even if it's another team, it's like your brother, because they know exactly what you've been through, what you had to go through to get there, and then, like you said, teaching a man now at a young age the proper techniques. That's huge. I think the NFL's actually doing a great job with making now these Pop Warner coaches, making them become certified and take classes at heads up football to make sure that these coaches aren't just going. You remember when we were younger? Oh man, just go out there, line up, and just
war daddy practice. Coach Susan and everybody. That's awesome.
But now these Pop Warner kids, they're teaching them at a young age the proper techniques, and it's going to I think it'll help the game of football to keep it safe. No matter what, it's a violent game.
Oh yeah,
you got grown men running full speed into each other. It's going to be some injuries. That happens. But if you can prevent all the concussions that are happening with the technology, with these helmets, and just tackling the right way, then the game will get back to where it once was, where people weren't complaining like they are so much about the league now.
That's I think how unnatural it is. Like, you work out, get as big as strong as you can, look as good as you can, and then run full speed into someone else that just did the same, and it's and I mean, granted, like I wouldn't take anything back, and I still love the sport and like the release and the strength and everything that came from it. What's probably the biggest thing with like everything you do, what from football helped you with everything you're doing now and all your situation?
It's honestly the mindset. You remember the practices that we went through with Coach Yano, 2-hour practices, and then having to do those 20 sprints, and then all the crazy stuff. I look back on that like, man, what was I thinking? But honestly, mentally, it's helped me get through this now on days where I don't want to go to the gym. So
Yeah.
when I was in college, I had to go to the weight room. This is what I need to do. So mentally, I feel like I'm mentally stronger than anything that can come my way because of what we were trained for in college. Now it's helped me into my regular life path through this recovery.
Edmund said it the best once. He was back home in Bethlehem. He was like, yo, after Rutgers football, I feel like I could do anything.
Anything, man.
He's like, I go to Moon right now.
I'm telling you, if you've been through it, man, you feel like you can do anything when you leave that program, man.
Absolutely.
Like nothing will get in my way. Like, nah, you weren't there when we did this.
Oh, man.
You weren't there when we did that.
Yeah. I remember just the running was so hard for me, like in the beginning, the 110s, my first 110 test.
110 test.
I'm out there just every time, like by like the skin of my cleat crossing the line.
I remember 110 test. I was happy because I was with the linebackers at the time, but I was only 230 pounds, so I was trying to run with the DBs for the show off.
Oh no,
man! I thought I was gonna pass out. 14 seconds and then up again in like another 30, whatever it was.
No way.
Trying to show out my end. Let me drop back to the linebackers, and then once I got moved to the D line, I was like, all right.
We're good now.
18, 19 seconds, we good.
We're good.
But those first ones, 14, I thought I was going to die.
Oh no. So you're on the show making gains, like turning all the gains you've made after the injury, turning a bad situation into all these good and positive things. Let's talk a little bit about that. What's like you said, you just hit $1 million. Mm-hmm. You got a Fox Sports television series.
Yeah, I would say it's mainly surrounding yourself with good people that are motivated and want to strive to see. With this injury and then being in a wheelchair, now I've lived both lives. I lived the able-bodied life, and now I'm disabled right now in this wheelchair. I see how sometimes people look at you differently.
Yeah. And
they don't, take the time to actually get to know you or what's going on with your situation. People see you in a wheelchair, they automatically think, oh, he's sick. Like, you know what I mean? And it's, I understand that because it's just how, the population is and how it's not that many people that you see like that. So automatically when you see someone in a chair, you think that they're sick. So I don't let it get to me. A lot of people unfortunately do. I've been blessed with a great, support system. I go out all over the place. I travel, my story's been known, so people do come up to me, wish me well and things like that. But I have been places where I've been judged in a wheelchair. People just look at me and they go the opposite way, or they look real quick, and when you look at them, they turn their heads because they don't know how to react to that. And that's what I'm trying to change, the biggest thing in the disabled world. Instead of, looking at somebody like running away or wondering or just even right out just staring at them without saying a word, try to take that 5 minutes to have a conversation with somebody that's in a similar situation as me, because you never know how it may change their life, and you never know, it might change your life as well. And I've seen that happen. When you just have a 5-minute conversation, you never know where.
Just like pushing past that uncomfortable.
Exactly.
That's first exchange, and just having a little more courage. And
that's what I try to tell people all the time, because like I said, I live both lives. I feel like I was on the top of my world in college, playing Division I college football, to now having to rely on people to do so many different things for me, and maybe open my eyes to realize too. I wasn't born like this, but imagine the people that don't know that able-bodied life, and this is what they go through on a daily basis. So I just try to change that stigma of being disabled. We're differently able now, and that's I just want people to understand that they can get through this, but just people are able-bodied community. Take that 5 minutes to have a conversation, and maybe, like I said, you might change that person's life, but that person may change your life as well.
I think you can learn something from everyone. Like regardless of who you are, where they are. Like, if you got some time, like try to leave a positive exchange with every single person. And I think you like epitomize that with how you reach out and how you just all the different things we go on forever.
I get calls all the time from different things, from spinal cord injuries to brain injuries, and what should we do? Like, how did you get through this, or how did you get through that? And that's why I feel like I found my purpose.
Yeah.
This is my purpose now in life, to help other people through their adversity, man, when they hit it. And that's, like I said, if I can handle it, there's no reason why you can't handle it if you just put your mind to it.
Absolutely. Let's talk about some of like the gains and some of the awesome stuff that came from it. Like, you won an ESPY. Like, I remember like I didn't even know you were gonna be on, and I'm like watching it, and like I turned the TV all the way up. I was like, I almost like pulled my phone out and recorded it. But I was like, wait a minute, it'll be on YouTube. Like, so I was like, yo, this guy, my man, is out there right now.
Yeah, I can say with this injury and just the attitude I've had, I've been able to do some incredible things and win some incredible awards and meet some incredible people just along this journey. People always ask me like, "E, would you take this back?" And I'm like, of course I don't like being paralyzed, but I don't know if I could take back these moments of winning it at the Jimmy V Award. That's like huge, being on stage in front of thousands of people and millions watching and being able to share my story, or winning an Emmy, for my first interview with Bruce Beck after I got out of Kessler, and being able to travel all over the country sharing my story and going there, meeting people here, doing this. Like, this is my life, and I feel like I don't want to change that, and I feel like there's a bigger purpose to this. Like, one day I am going to be able to walk again and then look back, I'm like, wow, look at all the stuff you were able to do and help all the people that you were able to help. So it's been a pretty cool run, and I've met, like I said, so pretty incredible.
From the President, Obama, to like third graders and kindergartners.
Tebow, everybody.
Tim Tebow.
Just all different backgrounds.
It's a household name.
Yeah,
so I guess like the next thing is like believe. Like, I have so many athletes, like different ability levels, and just getting them to believe that they can sometimes feels like moving a mountain. Like how do you believe? And I believe, and I've seen you've preached believe since the injury of you walking again. So like, how does that stay grounded?
And that's the biggest thing, I think, keeping it each and every day on your mind of believing, even when you have those rough days or you see somebody may be doing better than you, or you don't think that you're progressing, you think that you hit a plateau. Believing and sticking to that grind, because not every single day or not every single time you're going to see progression. But I always try to use that analogy, there is light at the end of the tunnel. I promise you will get there. I thought that when I remember trying to finish up school, I said, I'm like, I see the light, but it don't look like it's getting any closer. But if you stick to it long enough and you believe, it eventually does happen. And then with these athletes nowadays coming up, it's just the way that we were raised, brought up now compared to the kids now.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different world. It's more sensitive. There's not a lot of kids in the park playing anymore. More people on their cell phones and technology. I just try to tell kids, we're humans. Get out there naturally and try to perfect the craft that you want to do. It's not going to come by sitting inside on your cell phone.
Perfecting your craft, absolutely.
And, I feel like as athletes, when we were growing up, we got better by going to the park and playing and just doing stuff like that.
Fumble.
Killing man with the balls, just stuff like that. But nowadays, people they feel like it's supposed to come to them without the work. And
through like osmosis.
Yeah, he's like, oh, I don't have to do this. Like, I don't have to put in the work to do it. I don't have to sacrifice this. No, there's no way around that. But the biggest part is you have to believe you can do it first. If you know that you can do it, believe in yourself, that it can happen no matter what level that you're playing off. It's D1, D2, D3, or for high school, whatever it is. You can really become something special if you just put that in your mindset. And you got to be able to be willing to put in the work too, because you can have it in mind, but after that, you got to work for it.
That's crazy. Just like there's no way around the hard work. There's no way around it. That's probably one of the biggest gems right now. And so, like, talk about, like, your day. I feel like your days are harder than they used to be. What's, like, the hard work, kind of, this chair is awesome. Your mom was showing us technology in the house, and, like, thank God for all those advances. I couldn't imagine, like, 15, 20 years ago how hard it'd be. But, I mean, there's still a grind to just kind of normal day things, right?
It's a great question, and I always talk about technology, too. How when I got hurt, I had the BlackBerry Curve with the ball falling down. Now we're at 7 years later, we're already at an iPhone X, so that's how crazy how fast technology evolves. But yeah, my daily basis, I don't get up when I'm on like a schedule. Everything's scheduled until I get up at 7, 8, 9 o'clock, whatever it is. My nurse is coming, and I got to go through a 2-hour routine of getting up out of bed, getting showered, getting my teeth brushed, getting back in the bed, getting dressed, and then finally getting up and getting into my wheelchair. Instead of waking up and saying, oh, I got to be somewhere at 10:30, I'm going to get up at 9:45. No, I got to be somewhere at 10:30. I'm up at 7:30, 8 o'clock
Yeah.
because I got to go through that.
So I remember like 5:30 a.m. workouts. You like 4:45 along.
You pushed it to the last.
Oh man, you try to get that last wink.
Exactly. And now I got to push it 2 hours before 2.5 hours before that time. So it's different now. Instead of being able to take care of myself, I have to rely on a nurse and an aide to take care of me from there. On a therapy day, after I'm done with that, I'll get on my phone, I'll do a few emails, text messages, whatever. Then I'm eating lunch and I'm heading out to the therapy.
Yeah.
I leave around 12:30, get there around 1, and I'm there from 1 to 3 o'clock, and then get back and work out there with my PT for an hour and my occupational therapist. Where I've made some incredible gains in there, but then after that, it's coming home. I get home around 4 o'clock, and either sometimes I have an event at night I gotta go to, sometimes I hang out with some friends or relax at home, but usually I'm on the go doing something, so my days are pretty busy. Then at night I have an aide who comes at 11 o'clock every night and helps. Now my mom get me into bed, and so my mom is sleep on her own without having to have me calling her if I need something in the middle of the night, which is incredible because the first 5 years it was just me and my mom at night. And it got to her, she would be exhausted because if I have an itch or if I'm thirsty or I don't want to go to bed when she wants to go to bed. Dealing with that for 5 years, we tried to just have a conversation with her. She would snap, just because she was just always exhausted. But now I have an aide at night where we trust. Where now he's there. So if I need something, Royce, can you do this? Royce, can you do that? So it's
shout out to Royce.
Shout out to my boy Royce from Ghana. But my life
awesome.
Some rest. But yeah, my life has changed. It's a lot different, but hey, you make the best of it.
Absolutely. Cool. So talking about making the best of it, like I love your therapy posts. Like it looks, still high energy, still fun, different kind of workout. Like what's your mindset when you're heading over to therapy?
I'm still a competitive mindset, even though with this injury, it's not like you can just go in there and physically dominate all the time. Sometimes it's mental release too, and you go in there, you start working out, things like that. There's other people in there that are working out, so you try to challenge them too as well. I'll yell across the room to somebody while they're walking, like, hey, stop cheating them steps over there.
Oh my God, that's awesome.
So it's like you're motivating each other as you go through, because everyone has a different injury, different walks of life. And you're in therapy with some CEOs, but then you're in therapy with gang members too.
Yeah.
It's all different types, but everyone's still fighting for the same cause. So people in there, they uplift each other. And then our therapist, my therapist, Buffy, she's just like a coach, man. She's all up in my face, and if I'm slacking, she'll let me know in a heartbeat. Call me out loud too.
Ooh, so everyone knows.
Hey, Buffy, chill. Hey, chill. Hey, you got really? Well, do what you gotta do. Now I gotta call you out. But,
all right, Buffy, you got that one.
They've gotten me to progress a whole lot. I've been able to get my back strong, movement, my shoulders.
There they go.
Full range of neck movement. Just working things that the doctors never thought would happen.
Yeah.
They've gotten back from me, and I can't thank them enough. I've been grinding at it for now 7 years with them, and it's been truly incredible. The things that, like I said, people didn't think were gonna happen have happened, and that's what keeps me motivated.
What's that? Yeah, so kind of breaking the odds helps you kind of push to the next one.
It does, because you can't put a timetable on it too, but you accept these small victories. I remember when I first got hurt, I could barely turn my head to the left and right to get back, I have full range of my neck.
Shaking dreads.
Yeah, exactly. And then I was on a ventilator, I had the scar in the bottom of my third forearm, and then came out, they told me I would be on that for my entire life. 5 weeks later, I was breathing on my own. So then I remember I was eating solid food that Thanksgiving. I got hurt on October 16th. So then I remember I was having a Super Bowl party. I started to lift up my shoulder. It was like ever so slightly at the time. And I was like, to now. I'm moving around, shimmy, shake, eight days and so. Things have came back for me slowly but surely. But hey, I'm working hard. I'm able to lead myself forward, put myself there, and myself back up, stuff like that.
That's awesome.
I was never able to do in the very beginning of therapy, so I've been grinding away.
Shout out to Buffy and the whole
Shout out to Buffy, Cindy, you guys get after me.
That's awesome. So I guess kind of end off with some advice, like people going through their go-through, and like when I think of believe, it's like, you, 52, number retired, everything, like what advice do you hit for people to believe regardless of like everything else?
I tell people in life you gotta be appreciative for the things that you do have. Don't focus on the things that you don't have. If it's something you really want, then you work your butt off to get it. There's no other ways around. You got to be thankful for the things in life. Look at what you're complaining about. Look at life and wow, I have all this. I have the gift to do that, but why am I getting down on myself for this or that? So many people tend to do that.
Yeah.
To get down instead of doing that, pick yourself up or help somebody up. I'm telling you, it feels so much better helping somebody out than it is to put somebody down. But just have being appreciative for what you have. And once you start looking at it through that lens of life, being able to like, wow, I'm able to do this, or I get to do this, I get to do that. It's
your whole perspective switches.
Your whole life is just to live a much better life. And I've been in both positions when I was playing, and every time we had to go out the crowd, I'm like, damn, we got to do this, we got to do that. To now, I get to do this, or I get to go here.
Yeah.
It's like, wow. I wish I had that same mindset when I was up on my feet.
Yeah.
So I try to tell people who are, try to look at life a little bit like that and see how far it'll take you.
Amen, brother. Thank you so much. You keep making gains, baby. You keep making gains too.
Hit that thumbs up button as hard as you possibly can. Subscribe to the channel. But for now, signing off from Making Gains TV.